How's it going, guys? Today I'll be introducing you to the new and improved ARC side bucket and side plate caps. We introduced this product back in 2020, but the idea evolved all the way back in 2019, and we'll show you its transformation, walk you through the features, installation, and more today. So starting off, what is the side bucket and side cap? Really, they are just a pocket you can mount to your sides to carry various armor, tools, mags, and other flat small items you might want tight against the body. Pretty straightforward stuff, but extremely important to the completion of your ARC carrier suite, or at the very least, your cummerbund if this fits your needs. So now let's get into some history. The side bucket was born when we were designing the cummerbund for the ARC carrier V1, and instead of just offering another skeletonized cummerbund, we decided to ask the question, what if we brought the simple but effective plug and play found with placards and their inserts to the user's sides? And this is what we came up with, the V1 cummerbund. It had a first spear tube on the front, an elastic mag cell in the rear for stretch and also storage, and this bucket in the center. It could take hook and loop inserts, including the side plate caps we developed, and also other things that just had hook and loop on them. It featured full MOLLE on the front for pouches, and this was received well, but it did run into some issues for users who wanted to run other stuff that needed to be MOLLE'd in on the inner side, as this was just spacer mesh. Learning from that experience, we decided to separate the bucket from the cummerbund on the V2. Now users could run the bucket and cap, or something else entirely on the inside with all this MOLLE and soft loop Velcro. These were basically a cordura and spacer mesh construction and used Velcro on the inside to connect to the side caps or other things, and also Velcro to connect to the cummerbund. The only external issue with this design was the lack of stretch for adding more items you might want, but the internal issues came up with the side caps, as these had to be made specifically for each plate size, and it resulted in too many product SKUs for us to keep up with in stock routinely. So with all those lessons learned, we come to the new side bucket and cap. Conceptually the same, both new material choices, dimensions, techniques, and some new features along the way. Knocking out the cap first, this is now designed to work with 6x6 plates, 6x8 plates, 7x8 plates, and both of them for 1 inch thick plates as well as 1/2 inch thick plates. We achieved this by using a stretch fabric on both sides to mold to the plate's shape, and we made it reversible so that the Velcro profile marries up no matter what plate you use, and it'll work on plates that are 6 inches tall or 8 inches tall, and you'll just make sure that you have the right Velcro profile so that none of this is exposed when you insert it into the bucket. Moving on to the bucket, this is now entirely made of that same stretch fabric, which is comfortable against your sides and can help accommodate different inserts easier. We added some foam backing on the inner side to increase the comfort, and this alone makes the side bucket a comfortable comfort pad if ran alone on our cummerbund. On the other side is Velcro MOLLE straps to connect this to our ARC cummerbund V2, but it can also work with other cummerbunds that have at least 3 bands and some Velcro on the inside to make sure that it is connecting properly. Internally, we still have hook and loop Velcro, but we have this additional pocket at the bottom that'll insert our custom soft armor that is coming out soon, or 5x7 and 5x9 soft armor inside here without the need for a cap or a cover required. Do note that the 5x9 will not fit as optimally due to the corners that are rounded here conflicting with these sharper corners at the bottom, but it will still work and you can mold it in place so that it isn't an issue. That said, we are offering our own level 3 inserts in time, and so just keep an eye out for those, and these are the exact shape of the bucket and it'll be a perfect fit from edge to edge. Outside of just hard armor and soft armor, the side bucket can accommodate a variety of other pouches as well. Here is a RAM single 556 pouch that we may be coming out with soon. It has hook and loop on each side, and you can run this next to a 6x6 plate, and we can kind of go over that later. But you can also run a triple 556 insert from us, or anybody else that is hook and loop. Just note that this is about 9.5 inches wide, and so that'll be the limit of what you can insert into it. You can also run other zipper GP pouches that are flat, such as this small one, or this large one from other companies, or even our rear document stacker, which will fit in here with a little bit of finesse. So you can fit other items in there as long as they're hook and loop backed, and even stack them within reason. Moving on to setting up the bucket, it's important to note that both sides are identical and there's not a left or right side, so you don't have to be specific about where they go. Just ensure that the opening faces upward when you connect it to your cummerbund. To start setting up the bucket, you'll first identify if you'll be adding soft armor. If you are, you'll turn this inside out. Identify the pocket, also identify which side the armor has to be facing, and make sure that the inner side faces the foam, as that'll also be facing your inner side. You'll then insert it Crumble it in so it fits inside. Fully seat it to the top. Make sure it's all the way in there. And then you're going to take the entire thing and turn it inside out. You'll make sure the top aligns nice and neat, fully flatten this out, and then you'll do that to the other side. If you don't need to install armor, then you'll skip all of that and just move on to attaching it to the cummerbund. To connect the bucket to the cummerbund, you'll route these two straps to the top of these MOLLE slots here on the flanks, on the loop field, on the inner side of the cummerbund. Make sure that these straps go over that inner skeleton that's made of Tegris when fully assembled, so that the straps actually rest on top of that skeleton and benefit from the distributed load that that skeleton provides. Once those are fully pulled in, you'll have your hook laying just above your loop. You'll make sure that they're both nice and flat up against each other, and then you're going to fold this completely over, making sure that your Velcro is not sticking out on the top or the bottom so it doesn't catch on to anything. From there, you'll be able to just continue routing your MOLLE back and forth and then tuck it at the end. Once you have the straps fully pulled in and tucked, you'll go ahead and do that on the opposite side. Moving on to setting up the side plates, you'll identify if you're working with a 6-inch tall or an 8-inch tall plate and flip the cap to the designated side. Here we have the 6x6 side, as the Velcro covers up more of it because it's a shorter plate, and we'll go ahead and flip it to the 8-inch tall plate, since we'll be demonstrating a 6x8 plate, and you can see that the plate is taller than the Velcro profile or where the bucket will end. Once you have that flipped, you'll go ahead and insert your plate into the cap, with the rounded side, or the concave side, facing inward toward the hook, and the convex side facing outward toward the exterior. You'll want to make sure that this is fully seated, as when we insert this into the bucket, we're going to make sure that none of our Velcro actually shows. Now, just like inserting mags into a placard, you'll first break the Velcro and then place 2 dividers in the pocket. Cardboard works best. Then add the armor plate and place it where you'd like it to sit. Depending on your torso size, armor coverage, loadout, SOPs, radio placement, and anything else, you may want to run the plate all the way forward, at the middle, or the rear. Do your own research and decide what's best for you. Once you've decided where it needs to actually be placed, you'll simultaneously pull the side cap's fabric downward and pull up on the buckets to fully seat the plate and eliminate all of the Velcro from being seen. So we'll do it on the front right now. You can see that we have a little bit sticking out, but nothing bad. Then you'll go ahead and do this to the other side. It helps to kind of pull it down, pinch it in place, lift up, and then lift up on this completely until none of the Velcro is facing there. And then you'll go ahead and close it up and do this to the other side. If you're looking to insert anything else into here, let's say a single rifle mag pouch in the front or a tourniquet or something like that, you may need to push this plate over to the edge one way or another depending on where you want it, and it'll be a very similar process. You'll just go ahead, peel this back, add your dividers back in, slide it over. In this case, we'll slide our 6-inch wide plate to the rear, and then take our single rifle mag insert, place it into that cavity, get them nice and next to each other. Also, it's nice to add a little bit of a curve, as this is how it's actually going to lay against your body. And then we are going to peel up and extract our insert. You'll want to fix up any Velcro issues that you have. Like that. So that is what our inner side looks like. And now do the same thing on the exterior. This one's a little easier, as you can control it still. Lift that out. We have a little bit of Velcro sticking out, so we're going to make sure that we fully correct it. And now you have a 6x8 plate and a single rifle mag pouch on the front. That completes the setup and installation of the side bucket and side cap, but do note that if this doesn't meet your requirements in your issued side plate bags, such as this Marine Corps Gen 3 side plate bag, then stick to the issued ones and just add it to your sides, as these inserts can only take so many different sorts of combinations. You can run a hard plate and soft armor at the same time, but it may not meet what you actually have to run, such as, again, this Marine Corps Gen 3 side plate bag that has a 6x8 plate in there and then also an even larger soft armor shape around it. So do your own research, figure out what your SOPs actually require, and then make your decision from there. At the end of the day, the side bucket and side cap exist to allow you to run side plates comfortably, as well as store other items, or even just act as a nice comfort pad on the inside of your cummerbund. These will be released this Friday at noon Central, but if you're watching this after that, then it's probably up on the site already. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, DM us on Instagram, or email us at customerservice@shaw-concepts.com. If you want to check out any of our other offerings or just stay up to date, check us out on our website, shawconcepts.com, or on Instagram, Twitter, X, or Telegram. Thanks for your time, and as always, conquer all.